So for our final project, we decided to do Tour of Treasure Planet. So basically, this would be a ride that would replace Soarin' over California at California Adventure in Disneyland. It's going to have a pretty similar idea, as in flying through a set of settings, except rather than California, it's going to be scenes from the movie Treasure Planet. For our lead character, for our attraction, we chose Captain Amelia from the movie, and she is the captain of the ship that is featured in Treasure Planet. She's very strong and powerful and a good leader and a strong female role, so we thought she'd be perfect to guide our guests on the attraction.
For the queue part of the attraction, we want the guests to feel as if they are boarding the RLS Legacy on the harbor placed in Crescentia in the movie. For the railings, we want the gold theme to make it feel more like the setting in the movie. Once the guests get through, we want them to enter into a tunnel where there will be screens on the side of the door. Once the guests enter the building and continue into the queue, on the screens there will be one section about Clapton Flint and his treasure of the Thousand Worlds, and on the wall, on the very roof of the building, there will be the treasure map displayed in green to keep all the attention for the guests, and there will also be Dr. Doppler explaining the astronomical needs of the ride, and once in a while you'll be able to find Morph. For the costumes, the cast members will be wearing similar attire, that of Captain Amelia, which can consist of blue or red colors. Other cast members will also be dressed as pirates and will all have to wear black shoes and talk in the dialogue that those characters spoke in. When guests enter the merchandise store, the costumes will change and the feel should be as if you're in Benbow, and the female cast members will be wearing dresses similar to Sarah Hawkins, and then the male cast members will be wearing attire similar to that of Dr. Doppler.
The show, or the main part of the attraction, will start when the guests enter the room at which the attraction will be held. Similar to California's Soarin', they will be sitting in a row of seats. However, the seats will be placed on a ship modeled after the movie that you can see in the slide. Once the guests are buckled in, the chairs will disperse and go into rows in front of a large curved screen, and it will feel like they are actually flying in the air. The screen will be so big that they can't be able to tell where it starts or ends. So once the ride starts and everyone's strapped in, Captain Amelia will welcome the guests on the ride. The flight simulator will start working and it will mimic flying motion. At first there'll be smooth sailing, and the tune of 12 Years Later will start playing. The guests will be able to see some sea creatures flying along the ship that are called Orcus Galacticus. So the smooth sailing doesn't last for long, as the ship will soon start trembling and it's almost going to be swallowed by a black hole similar to the scene in the movie. So what will happen is some heat will be blown in the air and the seats will start shaking kind of rapidly. However, the guests will be saved from entering the black hole by a big explosion that's going to happen. Shortly after that, there'll be a little bit of smooth sailing, but after that, there'll be a crash landing onto Treasure Planet. Captain Amelia is going to indicate that there'll be a crash landing. And once entering Treasure Planet, the guest is going to see some of the nature that is present on this planet, and then they will be taken to the treasure via the portal as featured in the movie. The guests will then get a glimpse of the treasure that is found on Treasure Planet. They'll see the mountains of gold and coins and jewelry, similar to the movie in this scene. So during this treasure scene, the song Always Know Where You Are will be playing, and there'll be a very joyous mood, but that is quickly interrupted as, similar to a movie, lasers start shooting in the treasure, as it is a trap. So there'll be a sense of panic and the music will turn into dark music. Captain Amelia will instruct the space traveler to go back to the portal that will take them home before the treasure planet completely explodes, and the traveler is able to get to the portal, which will then fly them back home. The ship will then land safely. Captain Amelia will congratulate the passenger on being a good space traveler, and the ride will be over. Always Know Where You Are will start playing again once guests exit the attraction.
When the guests are exiting the ride, they will exit what looks like the docking station and go through a tunnel led by the voice of Dr. Doppler. The guests will be forced to exit the ride through the merchandise store, which is themed as the inside of Sarah Hawkins Inn, also known as the Benbow Inn. There will be merchandise based off the movie, and the cast members will be more dressed like Sarah and her guests. This is to give the guests the experience that they will be welcomed back from their long voyage to Treasure Planet. The merchandise store is themed as the inside of Sarah Hawkins in the Benbow Inn. There will be merchandise based off the movie, and the cast members are more to be dressed like Sarah and her guests. This is to give the guests the experience that they will be welcomed back on a long voyage to Treasure Planet. The windows will be able to change seasons or scene like in the movie. Some of the scenes can be from Treasure Planet or from other planets as well. There should be a brass doorbell looking outlet with buttons so that the guests may control the window, along with stools and to make it more of a bar experience, where there will be water, light snacks, and fun beverages to be sold. One of the toys to be sold will be a squishy ball version of Morph that will be squishable and can extend. This is to try to give the guests an idea and the texture and full character of the Morph character. The toy will be pink and come in a variety of colors because Morph can change into any object he desires. This is mostly to be marketed towards children because Morph seems like a friend companion to have. The dimension of this toy will be playful and is not to be boring like regular plush toy. It can be for children or even be a stress ball for someone's desk at work. We will also be selling a treasure map, and similar to the one in the movie. This one will be more like a Rubik's Cube, and be painted gold with metal, if you get a more realistic look. The buttons will be able to move and be twistable, and inside the ball there will be a surprise toy, which can also become a collectible figurine in the future. Lastly, we'll be selling the Ben robot, which will be sold as a robotic toy with assorted phrases and moves that can also be controlled with the remote. His knees will be bendable and have wheels, allowing him to roll around. Some of the phrases will be, "Have you seen my mind?" "I've lost my mind," "Short-circuiting," "Reboot." When the child puts the missing piece back attached to Ben's brain, he will say where the treasure is and will be a fun feature in the toy.